NFL insider Jay Glazer shared some major updates on the Sam Bradford injury situation prior to the start of Sunday's NFL Week 6 games. Glazer on Fox pre-game show Sam Bradford's knee is much worse than people know. Also said Bradford's knee situation could be career-ending. Phil Mackey at Phil Mackey October 15, 2017 On the career-ending thing, Glazer said Bradford is going to have to make a decision at some point. A lot of damage, wear tear to knee. Phil Mackey at Phil Mackey October 15, 2017 Yikes. Bradford's been dealing with knee pain ever since a brilliant performance in Week 1. The Vikings starting quarterback returned to play against the Bears on Monday Night Football in Week 5 but ended up being benched for Case Keenum. Bradford simply wasn't functional due to a complete lack of mobility. He just didn't look right out there. NFL insider Ian Rapoport has more details on Bradford's situation. Meanwhile, their starting quarterback Sam Bradford spent part of this past week in New York. And their former starting quarterback Teddy Bridgewater's most important news to date will soon originate from Texas. Still having pain and clearly not able to step into throws during an abbreviated return to the lineup Monday night against the Bears, Bradford traveled to New York late this past week to begin regional treatments in hopes of getting inflammation out of his ailing knee, according to sources familiar with the plan. The treatments involve drawing Bradford's blood, spinning it down and then re-injecting it into the knee over 5 or 6 days. Numerous pro athletes have had the treatments in the past, including members of the Seattle Seahawks. Sources said Bradford has been doing everything he can to get the knee joint to calm down since he suffered a non-contact bone bruise in his left knee, the same one in which he twice has had ACL reconstruction during his brilliant performance in the Vikings' Week 1 win over New Orleans. He missed 3 games, then returned against the Bears, only to get pulled in the second quarter when it became apparent the encouraging signs he showed in practice weren't carrying over at game speed. It's worth noting that Bradford considered retiring from football after suffering his second career ACL injury in 2014. Depending on the severity of his current injury, the decision might not be up to him this time. This news impacts the Eagles on several fronts. First, the Vikings are a potential threat to Philadelphia in the NFC. This injury certainly makes them worse than they'd be with a healthy Bradford playing like he did in Week 1. Second, the Eagles are still owed a 4th-round pick from Minnesota in the 2018 NFL Draft. The more the Vikings lose, the better that pick will be for Philly. It's still very hard to believe the Eagles traded Bradford for a 2017 first-round pick and a 2018 4th-round selection. That was a great deal by Howie Roseman. Some believed the Eagles should have stuck with Bradford after the 2016 season. Thankfully, they didn't and drafted Carson Wentz instead.